Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. I hope you are having a fantastic day so far. We have made it to hump day, ladies and gentlemen, so that means the weekend is not far off, thank goodness. Anyway, today we are reacting to why the A-10 Warthog is totally invincible, and I have done a video on the A-10 before and I absolutely love it, so I'm quite excited to see this video, to be honest with you. But before we get into today's video, if you haven't done so already, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, and if you're feeling extra frisky, you may as well give the video a like as well. I do have a Buy Me a Coffee page and a Patreon page link down in the description if you'd like to check that out to help support the channel. That'd be freaking awesome. But as usual, guys, please feel no obligation to do so. And without further ado, let's check out why the A-10 Warthog is totally invincible.
1983, Soviet T-74s roll across the Fulda Gap into West Germany. The West German army is retreating and nothing seems to be able to stop the full might of Warsaw Pact's tank brigades. Suddenly the sky is filled with the roar of jet engines and the buzz of a 30mm Gatling gun as the A-10 Warthog lays waste to the almost unstoppable T-74s. What if there was a virtually invincible plane that also could decimate tanks, armored vehicles, and troops in a single flyby? What if pigs could fly? Well, there is a pig that flies. Technically, it's known as a Warthog, and it's one of the most powerful planes in the United States military arsenal. Officially called the A-10 Thunderbolt, the A-10 Thunderbolt is also known as the Tank Buster, an almost invincible plane designed to destroy ground targets with exceptional precision. The A-10 Thunderbolt is considered a flying gun, and is one of those planes that when you need it, you want it, and when you don't need it, you still wish you had it. The plane, most feared by tankers around the world, has been in operation for decades, and is the most survivable, versatile aircraft to take to the sky.
I sound like a broken record when I say this, because I do say it quite a lot, but some of the best military equipment that we've reacted to on this channel is quite old when you think about it in like today's standards. I mean, you think about how often you go through a mobile phone. Like, I'm not one of them. I've had my phone probably for 5 years now, which is quite rare, to be honest. I mean, when I was living in the UK and working and I cared about stuff like that, I'd get a phone every year if I could, but now I like to make things last. But in today's day and age, everything is replenished so quickly that it's amazing that some of these military vehicles and war machines have lasted and stood the test of time, to be honest with you. It just shows how powerful and awesome they are.
Popular with pilots because of its power and ability to defeat the enemy through massive destruction and direct fire air-to-ground bombardment. First introduced in 1977 to the United States Air Force, the A-10 Thunderbolt was put into the role of Close Air Support, or CAS. It's been instrumental in several American conflicts, including Grenada, the Balkans, Afghanistan, Iraq, and the fight against the Islamic State in the Middle East during the War on Terror. The mission of the A-10 is to decimate tanks, armored vehicles, and installations in support of enemy ops. It's suitable for makeshift environments with short or even improvised landing strips due to its short landing capability and oversized rugged wheels and reinforced landing gear assembly. This makes it the premier choice for frontline combat, though it still boasts a range of 800 miles. The maneuverability of the plane allows it to fly low and slow, being able to effectively target enemies of all shapes and sizes and decimate them. Flown by one pilot, the plane is basically an armored tank that flies. While powerful, the A-10 Thunderbolt is painfully slow, typically cruising at around 365 knots or about 420 miles per hour.
It is quite slow
in relation
compared
to
the other
typical
one.
commercial passenger jet, flies at a speed of about 400 to 500 knots or 460 to 575 miles per hour. However, it usually flies most missions at around 300 knots or less, or around 345 miles per hour or less.
I mean,
since the plane is
it's still slow for a plane, but that's freaking fast. Like, damn.
It's not intended to compete with fighter jets like the F-35. Speed is not its main purpose. The A-10 is a simple airplane made to be flown despite serious damage. A key feature to increase survivability is the fact that its landing gear is only partly retractable. Half of each main wheel protrudes from its fairing in flight, a feature instituted because it allows the wings to remain free of wheel wells, making construction simple, straightforward, and strong. It also allows the aircraft to be landed in case of landing gear failure.
I was just going to say that. I wonder if that, I thought I was going to sound like an idiot. I was going to be like, oh, I wonder if they kept it like that so that if there is major damage or like he says, landing gear failure, they can still land it. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking. He's an absolute tool bag. The little one, not Jacob.
It also allows the aircraft to be landed in case of landing gear failure. The cockpit is also known as the titanium tub and is made with 3.8 centimeter thick titanium armor plating that surrounds it, which is not forged but instead several plates of titanium bolted together. The A-10 also has a huge bulletproof bubble canopy, which gives the pilot an all-around good vision and makes it easy for them to target. This makes the A-10 a powerful flying armored machine. In addition, the A-10's cockpit is equipped with a heads-up display targeting system, radio communication, and tactical air navigation system. It also carries 11 pylons for external loads, including extra fuel, rockets, and everything it needs to be a tank in the sky. However, the 30mm GAU-8 Avenger rotary cannon has become the A-10's best-known weapon. The 30mm GAU-8 is a hydraulically driven 7-barrel rotary cannon, invented to beat tanks and other armored vehicles. The Thunderbolt's 30mm gun is one of the most powerful aircraft cannons ever made, and fires large armor-piercing
I love these graphics that they use. This geezer's got a cigarette hanging out his mouth. Oh, it's brilliant.
shells. The armor-piercing rounds contain depleted uranium cores, which are extremely dense and thus have enormous impact power. The rounds are also self-sharpening, meaning the projectile doesn't flatten as it pierces armor but fractures and remains relatively pointed,
crap, I didn't know
causing
that.
maximum damage upon impact. The A-10's 30mm gun is fired in bursts of roughly 60 to 65 rounds per second that obliterates anything it hits. A popular myth is that the firing of the gun results in recoil so severe that it's impossible to stall the airplane. It is true that the gun's recoil is indeed strong enough that had the GAU-8 been installed off-center, the resulting yaw would cause the firing pattern of the gun to become erratic rather than precise. For this reason, the GAU-8 rotating barrel cannon is mounted exactly on the A-10 centerline, resulting in the plane's unique stance, with its nose gear strut mounted to ensure it clears the
Even the
barrel.
graphic looks
A-10
mean.
enthusiasts argue that the Warthog is cheap to fly, is extremely survivable, and can put steel on target reliably. An A-10 can put ordnance as close as 20 feet away from ground troops without putting them in danger. The plane has electronic guidance and laser support. Its armament includes surface-to-air missiles as well as warheads of different kinds, including Sidewinder missiles, to take out enemy choppers. Enemy fighters that get past an A-10's enemy counter-air escorts or leakers may be surprised to find that the A-10 may not be easy prey after all in a dogfight. The big plane has a much tighter turning radius than most fighters, allowing it to outrun an enemy and bring its nose toward target faster. At this point, it's all clear to fire away with Sidewinders. Even its 30mm cannon has a much greater range than most fighters' 20mm cannons. What makes the A-10 Thunderbolt powerful? It's the non-afterburning turbofan engine supplied by General Electric that provide over 9,000 pounds of thrust. The location of these engines on the plane allows it to fly even if one engine has been completely destroyed or is not operating.
That's insane. That is amazing, eh? That's probably, like, you can see why it stood the test of time, really. I love the name, the Warthog.
Protect the engines from sucking up dust and debris when flying off improvised airfields. The A-10 Thunderbolt also has some of the best visibility to aid with both precision-guided and unguided munitions than any other plane in the United States military. It can do way more than any plane, and it only needs one pilot to fly. In addition, the A-10 Thunderbolt has redundant primary structural sections, which makes it much more survivable than any other aircraft in any military's arsenal. That means that if it takes direct hits from armor-piercing and high-explosive projectiles, it'll still be able to fly. The Tank Buster features redundant control systems on opposite sides of the plane and self-healing fuel tanks that can automatically
self-healing fuel tank.
It's basically a tank that flies. And who wouldn't want that in the air? Well, the
enemy.
The Warthog is a mission-capable machine that has changed modern warfare, saved countless lives, and become feared by the enemies of the U.S. The A-10 can achieve air superiority, bomb anything, and provide close air support for ground troops, making it a multi-mission aircraft that's almost totally invincible. So now you know pigs can fly, and that pig is the A-10 Warthog. Now go check out why the F-22 Raptor still reigns supreme, or click this other video.
Yeah, I love the Warthog. It is probably one of my favorite ones. I've mentioned it in a few videos that I would like to get myself some models and stuff. I did order a load that never turned up, which is frustrating as hell, really. I might have to order them from Amazon.com. Let's actually have a quick look on Amazon.com. The only problem with that is obviously being in Slovakia, the shipping is outrageous. What am I looking at? No. I can't spell today. There it is. That's not too bad. That's not bad, actually. The A-10. Let's have a look. Sorry. I know you guys... How much is shipping? Oh, you can get 3 of them for 130. What is the shipping? That's dollars. 1309 shipping. That's not too bad. I might have a look at this later on. Anyway, yeah, sorry to bring you into my little shopping list here, but I do love the Warthog is my favorite plane by far, and then I think it's the B-2 bomber. I do love that one as well. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Let me know what your favorite plane is down in the comments. I'm quite interested to see. Everyone's got their own different taste, isn't it? But I like the Warthog because it's a grunt. It does the work. It's a mean machine. Anyway, have an amazing day, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.